So somebody asked me, what about company-specific company-specific certifications like Cisco? You mean vendor-specific? Yeah. So yeah, also known as vendor-level certifications. I would say those vendor-level certifications are good, but there's a bit of a Cisco certifications are the best, probably among the best vendor level certifications, because Cisco's been a mainstay in the US as far as networking is concerned. They have almost monopoly, not a monopoly, because you got Juniper, you got Palo Alto, you got all these ones that are coming in on their space and they're slowly creeping in on their market share of the networking space. But I want you guys to see something really cool. Let me show you guys this tool that could help you out here as far as what has been asked of me. They said, what about vendor level certifications? Let me show you a really good breakdown of certifications. It's from a dude named, hold on, let me switch my screen real quick. Wish there was an easier way to switch the screen on TikTok. That would be really cool if they did that. Okay, so I'm on a search engine and I'm going to type in, you can follow along with me. I'm going to type in security, security. And one of these days, I'm going to go to the wrong site. And it's going to be really embarrassing live. Security certification progression. And this chart right here is going to be a site called pauljeremy.com. This is a security dude who puts this site out. And I found it very useful. He should put some ads on here or something to make some money off this, because this is a really good tool. This right here, this progression chart, if you can see this, has a breakdown of something like 500 different controls. Excuse me, 500 different controls. Sorry, 500 different security IT certifications in particular. It does have vendor level certifications on here, a mini. And I'll read some of them off on you and then to you guys, and I'll give you my take on vendor level certifications with my own personal experience. All right, so first of all, let me show you what's going on here. This color coded, like the green symbolizes communication and network security certifications. The orange is security architecture and engineering certification. So an example of this would be some of the SANS courses, GCASA, or what's a good one? What's a really good one that's popular? We've got A+ certification is a good one here. A+ that I just was talking about. MTSCF, and let me see if there's another good one here. MCSF, I believe that's a Microsoft certification. But a good one there is A+ certification. Then the black is security and risk management. A good one here would be the CAP, CISM. What's another good one? Security Plus is a good one here. Then they have the purple, which is security assessment training. So a good certification here would be, these are, I think, a lot of vendor level certifications, if I'm not mistaken. A good one, there's no popular ones. Oh, CISA. Let me see. And then you've got over here the, I don't know what color this is, orange, red. I guess this is red, a maroon. Security operations. So this one would be OSCP, which is a popular hacking certification, and probably CEH is in here too, I imagine. GPEN is in here. So these are the different categories that he's broken it down into. And then if you read it from bottom to top, it's beginner, intermediate to expert. That's how you read this thing. And the difference between a vendor level cert, like a Cisco certification, and a industry agnostic certification is huge. And let me give you an example of two of these. So let's start with an industry agnostic certification. There's a few here. So these ones that are going across the screen here, the CISSP, the CASP, and let me see another one here, Security Plus. These are all vendor agnostic. That means they're not based off of they're not based off Cisco. They're not based off Microsoft. They're not based off of Splunk or choose your vendor. They're not based off of any of those. But let me choose a couple that are vendor specific. Red Hat certification, Red Hat Certified System Administrator. That is a vendor level certification. Very specific to, it's not going to teach you anything about Windows. It's just Red Hat system administration. Another one would be, like he mentioned, Cisco certifications. And those would be in the networking sector. Over here would be, let me see if I can find one. Cisco. Where are the Cisco certifications at? It should be here. CCNP. There you go. CCNP, like CCNP, CCNA, CCE, and T. All of those will be over here. Those are all what you call industry level, not industry level. Those are vendor specific certifications. Now, the difference between these two would be that, and let me just tell you my experience with these. I want to tell you my experience with this. Very specific experience. All right. So I have Security Plus, I have a CISSP, I have a CAP, and I've got several other vendor agnostic certifications. And then I have some vendor level certifications. I've got one for Recorded Future. You probably never even heard of that, but it's for doing cybersecurity intelligence. I've got one for Qualys, which is a vulnerability scanner. I've got one for, I've had one for Cisco, but that expired. I've got several other vendor levels. What happens is I get into an organization and like, hey, we need you to take the certification. You need to be qualified on this or that. I take their training, I do the labs or whatever, and then I get the certification. That's why I have so many certifications. So the difference is this, okay? My CISSP is still relevant. All I got to do is maintain my CPEs, and it's relevant at every organization I go to. My Security Plus, I got to maintain. I'm not sure if I even have Security Plus anymore. I might have let it expire. I got the old one that never expired. Anyway, neither here nor there, but it's got me jobs before. That's my point. The Cisco certification, when I had it, it was fire. But anybody who had Cisco would hire me, would see the CCNA and be like, that's all I need to see. And they would hire me. Somebody said, you would not get fired suggesting a Cisco solution. Yeah. So Cisco is fire. It's a bad example because it's so good. It's been so good for so long because they not have a monopoly, but they're very close to having a monopoly in the US. A couple that didn't go well would be ArcSight. So I had an ArcSight certification that lasted about, I got all this training. It took me about 6 months to get all this training and build an ArcSight, a couple ArcSight systems and everything. And then within about 3-4 years, they got taken out by Splunk. Now nobody even talks about ArcSight. I still get from time to time job offers, but Splunk is taken over. So now the certification to get is because the industry is because Splunk dominates that industry. So if Cisco, God forbid, Cisco gets taken out by Juniper or Palo Alto or whoever, Huawei or some, I don't know, whatever, it's probably never going to be Huawei, but that was a joke. Or maybe, who knows? But if it gets taken out, but guess what? Your certifications mean less. I'm not saying that they're useless, but they lose their impact because the marketability of that particular certification is gone. So that's all I'll say about it. I'm not telling you don't get vendor level certs, but I would put agnostic ones first. So that would be Security Plus, that'd be CISSP, that'd be not Network Plus, but I don't know how good that one is for networking, to be honest with you. If you're going to take networking in the US, it's dominated by 3 different ones: Juniper, Cisco, and probably Palo Alto. I'm probably missing 3 or 4 before Palo Alto. But if you know those 3 in the US, then you'll be okay, I think. So that's just what I know. I'm just telling you guys off the top of my head what I know about it. Love how knowledgeable you are. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I've been doing this for a while, so I'm just telling you from my experience.